Hey, good afternoon, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I want to do a quick video about my new cook kit that I just put together over the past few weeks. Kind of an upgrade from my smaller Stanley Adventure 2-cup cook set. This cook set is featuring the Stanley Mountain Series compact cook set. So let's get into this video. I'm shooting at a new location today. Let me know how you like it down in the comments and any changes that you think I might need to make. I'm going to try to do this the best I can. My phone is currently set up and recording on a small stick with a Y in it and a little cross brace that I quickly bushcrafted to be able to set my phone up to do this video. So let's get started. So this cook set is based around the Stanley compact cook set. This is the Mountain Series. I'm not sure if this is available too many places. I had to hunt it down. Thankfully found it at a local sporting goods store. But I've found that this set over the past couple weeks as I've been putting it together, I've used it a couple times in the past few days and found that to me, it is a little more versatile than the Stanley Adventure 2-cup cook set, and I don't think that this cook set that I have in my hands gets enough credit for what it is. So I've got a couple hacks and some things like that I wanted to share today. So again, this is the Stanley Mountain Adventure Compact Cook Set. It's listed as 24 ounces, but the actual capacity up to about where these little nubs are is 32 ounces. So it will hold quite a bit of fluid. But as with the rest of the Stanley equipment, it comes with the locking handle, which locks very nicely. On top of this cook set, I've added a small collapsible cup from Walmart. These cost about $2, give or take. And that just adds as a secondary little bowl, and also a couple other features that I will explain in a few minutes. Top of the set has the lid, has a spot to strain water if you're making noodles or whatnot, and has a spot to drink out of. A lot of people don't really care for this cook set on the fact that it does not have a metal lid for it in order to go over open coals. This nylon lid is supposed to be fairly temperature resistant, but I wouldn't recommend cooking with it over an open fire. It does fit the mug insert obviously quite well, and this kit is nice. It has a locking insulated mug, which is made from the same green nylon that we know and love of the Stanley 2-cup cook sets, and has a nice neoprene sleeve on, which is removable for washing purposes. So, and again, inside of this I have nested, there's this little folding spork that comes with the cook set. I find it's okay. A lot of people are just kind of throw it out. The only thing that I would be leery about is this metal scratching the bottom of your cook pot. And I have a secondary spoon which I have added to my cook kit. Yes, I will keep this one in here for sake of if I need something that has more of a fork style end. But in my bag that this all nests in, I have purchased a longer spoon coated in silicone, and it's quite nice, it's comfortable, and this is made by GSI Outdoors. I got this at Bass Pro Shop. It was $4 or $5, something like that, and it is nice because it will clean down the insides of the pot and will not scrape the metal. And this is also deep enough to probably go inside of one of the Mountain House meals that you can rehydrate. So this is in my bag as well that this system nests in. Back to the mug that nests inside, I have a Wilcor brand folding stove. And it's not the lightest stove in the world, but it's the one I have. And the stove works fairly well. It does have the piezo igniter, and all four of the legs, they branch out, and these little guys fold out to fit a wider pot on. The only thing I didn't really care for about the stove so far is a pot on the top of this is very slippery, so it's important to have a level surface while using this stove. But again, great piece of gear to have. I think this was about $15 and is actually made by a company local to me here in central New York. Nested in the rest of this cup, I have just a simple bandana, and then I have a 100-gram fuel canister. and this nests very well in the bottom. In this cup, it's going to be very, very hard to see, but on this back side, it has graduation marks up to the 24-ounce line to here. And that's essentially why this pot is only listed as 24 ounces, because of what this mug itself will hold. So this is just a very nice pot. It measures 4.5 inches across and close to about 5 inches tall. The bottom does have the small heat recess there as well, for anyone wondering. Now, one modification I have not done yet, which I have thought about, is that there are 4 divots around the edge of this pot that are to lock this mug in. So it goes down in, it snaps in, and then it turns and locks in so this won't fall out, which is a great feature. It gives you an insulated way to drink your fluids, your food, keep it warm, again, strain things out and such like that. But the modification I thought with these divots is really you only need 2 of these to really lock that mug in. The other 2, if those got drilled out, could actually fit a bale on there as well, that you could somehow nest inside of the cook kit as well. So that's pretty much the pot. I have had a couple questions. The Stanley 2-cup cook set will nest inside of this, but the lid will not nest on top at that point with that cook set in here. And I can't show that today because I do not have the other cook set with me. The thing that I found, which I think is really, really awesome, is that if I want to nest other stuff in here, I do have a coffee filtration system for this, using a reusable filter that will nest down in on top of my stove and on top of the fuel canister. But then this top will not fit that. I have found that if I want to nest this inside of my bag, this top will nest here, and then my rubber silicone cup essentially will act as a top for this mug, and will also act as a top for the pot as well. Again, just to maybe cover, keep things cool. And this cup is about a 2-cup capacity, maybe just a little over that. And it just nests really great on top. It doesn't take up any spare room. Just another way to have a cup with you, or another bowl if you had 2 people. And then again, this would nest together all in a bag, a stuff sack, anything like that that you might have. So going to the rest of my kit that I currently have, I'll set this aside, is I have just a cheap, I bought at the dollar store, aluminum water bottle, 1 liter, and I snuck a can cozy over the top of this to help nest my GSI aluminum Bugaboo cup. And this cup is 14 ounces to the very top, very nice graduation marks down the side, and 12 ounces to about here, folding handles. I put the rubber band around just because these little handles do get a little rattly, but with the cozy, this nests really nice on there. It doesn't fall down, and essentially I can boil water in this pot, and found that for small cooking, such as a package of oatmeal, a couple packs of apple cider, something hot apple cider, something like that, that this cup works really, really well. And I have some of those things nested in here with some hot apple cider, some salt and pepper, and a couple packets of oatmeal as well. This is the other main part of my cook kit currently. And then I did add a carbon steel frying pan, a little 5 or 6 inch pan, probably 4.5 on top, 6 across the top, 4.5 across the bottom, 6 on top. I've seasoned this. I have not gotten to use it yet on the trail or out in the woods at all, but this is part of my cook kit that will all nest together. And the last 2 things that I have in my kit currently is I've added a old bamboo spoon, which came from a rice cooker. I rounded off the end a little bit. This I got for 50 cents at a thrift store. And then I've added a $4 silicone pot holder. And one of the reasons why this is handy, I can store it on the spoon in my bag, which is great. But the other reason why this silicone handle comes in handy, these handles, especially cooking over open flame or over in the gas stoves, these get hot. And this handle is just something really good to have to pick your pot up when it's hot. You can hold it if you wanted to eat right out of your pot. And this again is just, it's high temperature silicone, good up to 450 to almost 500 degrees, and very flexible. And it also would be a nice extra way to keep my hands cool when touching this old cool handle pan. And that again fits very nicely, something that I can get my hands on the pan to move things around, to stir things, or to take it on and off the fire as well. And then also in my little bag, I have an old pipe tobacco tin, and that has a couple things in here. I have a small Altoids tin, which I have folded up very tightly, 3 full-size paper towels. So that's nice to keep dry in there. I have a mini Bic lighter with a holder, which is kind of a one and done, which is nice. I do have some extra book matches, and then a couple fresh napped moist towelettes to be able to clean myself up after I've been done eating, maybe get things out of my beard, or even to wipe my Cookset down with if I don't want to use the bandana. So again, a couple ways to start fire, a couple other things. I could always use this as a tinder box if I wanted to make char cloth, things like that. So in this bag, this is again something I got from a thrift store for just a couple dollars, and it's one of these small toiletry bags that you would bring your toothbrush, things like that, deodorant in if you're traveling, and these you can find very, very cheap. So what I do with this cook kit is I nest that pipe tobacco container down inside of that, and then I would put my cook kit all back together with the cup all locked in. I do the canister of gas inside, then take my folding stove and make sure that this little spring deal is turned just the right way to be able to catch little tab on here, and this will nest down inside on top of the stove like so. And then I can take my folding spork. This folds up, and this will nest right on top of the stove, right down in a little nook, like so. And my bandana can also fit around here as well. I forgot to put that in. So we'll put the bandana back inside. We'll put the spork back down inside. Then essentially the lid can go back on the pot. And then I would put my collapsible cup on, and then slide my handle lock up, lock the handle down, and we're good to go. And then all of this gets put into a small mesh bag. The mesh bag came from a GSI stainless boiler, which I have purchased and I've not got a chance to do a video on, but I bought that as a possible nesting option that this cook kit will nest into if I wanted a second pot. This will nest right down into that GSI 1.1 liter boiler. So this all goes into here. My GSI long spoon goes on an angle from the back corner up to the very top. And then I would nest in my wooden spoon. It's going to go off to the side over here and sit flat. Then I would nest in my rubber silicone handle. I then can take my oatmeal food pack. I would nest this on top here. And then the last thing to go in would be my carbon steel cool handled pan, which is a tight fit. And stretching things just a little bit, that will fit side to side. And the bag, pull it in tight. This all zips up like so. And then I have 2 little Night Eyes carabiners over here to be able to hook that zipper so it doesn't come undone, and just a couple handy little things to have. So again, this is my Stanley compact Cookset, which is the Mountain series. And again, great piece of kit, and I hope this was beneficial to you all. Maybe it'll give you guys some ideas and some different options as far as cook kits go. And again, there are several nesting options which I've discovered with this kit, which I absolutely love. And that's why this is now probably going to be my main cook kit. I'll carry it in my work bag. I do carpentry work, and I also am a delivery driver, and just very versatile piece of kit to have if I need to 2 options to boil water, 2 bowls or cups, and just a great piece of kit. So again, that's a look at my cook kit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. Again, let me know in the comments what you think, thoughts, ideas, questions that you might have, and we will see you next time. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.